Isaac Newton defined gravity, yet he lost millions in the stock market bubble. He was a genius in physics, but a fool with money. We assume high IQ automatically means better life choices. It doesn't. Intelligence and rationality are two completely different mental muscles. You can have the fastest engine on Earth, but if the steering wheel is broken, you're still going to crash. Smart people often have broken steering. The problem isn't a lack of brain power, it's an excess of data. Our brains aren't designed for the modern world's complexity. Your brain isn't a supercomputer built for truth. It's a survival engine built for the Stone Age. It's running outdated software. For 200,000 years, thinking too long meant getting eaten. Quick, gut-feeling decisions kept your ancestors alive. Today, that same instinct fires when you get a stressful email. Your brain treats a difficult boss like a saber-toothed tiger. Psychologists call this System 1 versus System 2 thinking. System 1 is fast, intuitive, and emotional. It handles 95% of your day. System 2 is slow, logical, and exhausting. It's what you use for complex math. But smart people are lazy. They avoid using it if possible. Because System 2 is lazy, highly intelligent people often default to System 1 shortcuts, just like everyone else. We call these shortcuts cognitive biases. They are invisible mental blind spots that distort reality regardless of your IQ score. In fact, being smart can sometimes make these biases worse. A faster brain just means you are better at rationalizing a bad idea. The first major trap is the confirmation bias. Smart people don't look for truth. They look for information that confirms what they already believe. The smarter you are, the better you are at building defenses against facts that challenge your worldview. You become an expert at self-deception. So if intelligence doesn't save us, what are the specific traps that smart people fall into repeatedly? Let's examine the evidence. This brings us to the intelligence trap. Smart people often fall in love with their own ideas, making them blind to obvious flaws. It gets worse with expertise. A world-class surgeon might make terrible real estate decisions because they overestimate their competence outside their bubble. This is the overconfidence bias. 90% of drivers believe they are above average. Statistically, that is impossible. But our egos don't care about math. When you are used to being the smartest person in the room, you stop listening to others. You mistake confidence for accuracy. History is filled with disasters caused by smart people ignoring warnings. The Challenger explosion wasn't a failure of engineering, it was a failure of listening. Smart people are excellent at motivated reasoning. They use their intelligence like a lawyer defending a client they already know is guilty. There's also the not invented here syndrome. Highly intelligent groups often reject brilliant solutions simply because they didn't come up with them first. True wisdom isn't knowing everything. It's knowing what you don't know. Intellectual arrogance is the enemy of learning. You've heard of Dunning-Kruger, where incompetent people overestimate themselves. But highly competent people often suffer the opposite, imposter syndrome. Which leads to the next trap, analysis paralysis. Smart people can see every possible outcome, which often leads to doing absolutely nothing. They demand perfection because their reputation is on the line. But in the real world, good enough executed today beats perfect executed never. So far, we've looked at cognitive errors, but the most devastating decisions aren't made in the head, they're made in the gut. Welcome to emotional hijacking. When fear or greed takes over, your IQ score drops by about 50 points instantly. Even mathematicians fall for the gambler's fallacy. They see red hit 5 times and feel certainty that black is due. The universe doesn't care. But the single biggest destroyer of smart people's success is the sunk cost fallacy. Why do we cling to mistakes just because we spent time making them? You've invested millions. Walking away feels like admitting defeat. So you pour more money into a doomed project hoping to fix it. Rationally, the money is already gone. But emotionally, your brain screams, save it. This is how smart investors go bankrupt. Then there's social proof. We like to think we are independent thinkers. We aren't. We are herd animals with iPhones. If everyone else is doing it, it must be right. Even if it is a housing bubble or a dangerous fad diet. Intelligence doesn't cure conformity. We are also victims of the present bias. We value immediate pleasure over long-term gain. That's why smart people still procrastinate. Your logical brain wants to be healthy in 10 years. Your lizard brain wants dopamine right now. the lizard usually wins. This leads to burnout. Smart people think they can outwork their biology. They treat sleep like a weakness, not a requirement. But sleep deprivation drops your IQ significantly. Making decisions while exhausted is biologically similar to making decisions while drunk. High intelligence also enables complex lying, not just to others, but to yourself. You rationalize unethical behavior because you can. This is the ethical fading trap. You convince yourself that the rules don't apply to you because your situation is unique. It's easier to cheat when you can invent a clever justification. Stupid people just break rules. Smart people redefine them. We also suffer from resulting. We judge a decision based on the outcome, not the process. If you win the lottery, it doesn't mean buying the ticket was smart. You can make a terrible decision and get lucky. But if you repeat that decision, the luck will eventually run out. Finally, there is binary thinking. Smart people love to categorize. Right or wrong, good or bad, success or failure. But the real world is messy. It exists in the gray areas. If you can't handle ambiguity, you will make rigid, fragile decisions. So how do we fix this? The solution is not to get smarter. It's to develop metacognition, thinking about your thinking. It means stepping outside your own brain and watching it work like a mechanic listening to a faulty engine. You must embrace intellectual humility. Accept that you are full of bias. Accept that your intuition is often a liar. Build a red team in your life. Surround yourself with people who aren't afraid to tell you that you are wrong. Use the pre-mortem technique. Before you start a project, assume it has already failed and ask yourself why. This forces you to see the cracks in your plan before you pour the concrete. It kills overconfidence instantly. Write down your decision criteria. A decision journal prevents you from rewriting history when things go wrong. Force System 2 thinking. If a decision feels easy and fast, treat it with extreme suspicion. Slow down. Stay within your circle of competence. Just because you are a genius in coding doesn't mean you are a genius in crypto. Remember Isaac Newton? After losing his fortune, he banned anyone from speaking the word South Sea in his presence. He didn't learn. He just hid from his shame. Don't be like Newton. Own your stupidity so you can learn from it. Intelligence is like horsepower. It's useless without the brakes of humility and the steering wheel of self-awareness. I want you to think of a stupid mistake you made recently. Don't hide it. Analyze it. What bias caused it? If you are brave enough, share it in the comments below. Let's build a database of human error together. Subscribe for more deep dives into your own brain. And remember, skepticism starts with yourself.